Was it my intention to go for the somebody just died look? Yes, absolutely 100%. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and a happy 2016 to all of you. I cannot believe we're in 2016 already. 2015. Man, 2015 was a crazy year. It was a crazy year. A lot of good things, a lot of not so good things, but it was a crazy year. But it's over with. It is done with. We are moving on into the new year, and I am so excited for the new year and all the possibilities it brings. And I'm so excited to be sitting down and filming for you guys. Before I get into the details of today's video, a quick little chit chat. I decided not to do a December favorites. My intention, I had told you guys, I think in my November favorites, that I had planned out so many tutorials I was going to do for holiday looks in December, and then I was going to do a December favorites, like a get ready with me New Year's Eve, and then my end of year favorites. Didn't quite plan out or pan out that way. I have to split Christmas between two different households. Things got really busy working in retail problems. And so I didn't get time to film my fourth holiday tutorial. I was able to get 3 up. But I was able to get my fourth holiday tutorial up before Christmas. And then I wasn't able to film like at all between Christmas and New Year's because I got really sick. I was working a lot. Like it was just crazy. Like I got hit with the flu like no other. I never get sick, and I have just gotten like so sick recently. It's just like out of nowhere. So anyways, I decided instead of still filming the December favorites, that I'm just going to opt to have everything that I would have put in my December favorites and include it into my January favorites. Anyways, chit chat aside, today's video is going to be my top discoveries of 2015. Now I say discoveries versus favorites because I feel like when I first started watching YouTube, a lot of people's yearly favorites, it was like the same products over and over and over. Like everybody talked about MAC Pro Longwear Concealer was their favorite concealer. Everybody talked about, you know, Makeup Geek and ABH shadows, and not that any of those things are bad. I haven't actually, other than ABH shadows, I haven't tried any of those other products, so I don't have an opinion on them, but it was just like everything was the same each year. Like it was always the same product from the same people in the same videos. So I decided, partially inspired by Bunny at Graveyard Girl, she did like her top 15 favorites, and my intention was to do like top 15 discoveries. I think I actually have like maybe 10 or 11 products, not 15, because I really wanted to narrow it down to the things that I discovered in 2015 and loved in 2015, and I know that I'm going to carry out with me through the rest of the year. So not that there aren't other things that I love, because there are so many things I've tried this year that I've fallen in love with and I'm going to keep using. Obviously not saying that, but these are just product types that I discovered or released in 2015 that just rocked my socks off. So if that makes any sense, it probably still to people it's just like, just call it a favorites video. But I wanted to make that distinction just because it's not going to include every product for the face. It's not going to include, I don't have brushes, I don't have skincare, I don't have hair, I don't have anything like that. It's strictly beauty, and it's not everything that encompasses my beauty routine. To me, that's a kind of like a holy grail type of video. If I were to say everything that I love that was my absolute favorite from start to finish for my face, to me that's like a holy grail, or just like my go-to look or something like that. You know, it doesn't feel like a beauty favorites to talk about every single, like something has to be in every single category. So anyways, this not only just includes individual products, but it also includes product types, which you will see in a minute as I kind of get into. So it's not that it's just like 11 items exactly, it's that it's 11, or not even, let me count, it's actually 14. I'm one short of 15, that's so weird. But anyways, it's 14 categories, product type things, which you will see if I stop rambling. Let's get into this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about are drugstore foundations. Drugstore foundations were seriously key to success for me for 2015. I have number one, really oily skin. I'm also very fair, and I fall more on the Porcelain Ivory pink side of fair, more so than the like golden side of fair, which is really hard to find foundations that match people with pinker shades in the lighter shade range. A lot of high-end foundations are more yellow golden undertone based, which obviously it makes me look like I have jaundice when I wear anything like that type. So drugstore foundations for me this year were honestly like best discovery ever, because I have found not one, not two, but 3 foundations with excellent shades that are absolutely beautiful. I've talked about 2 of them before. I've actually talked about all 3, but 2 of them I've actually done first impression review type videos, and I'll link those down below. And they are the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, and then the L'Oreal True Match foundation. Again, I have done first impression review type videos for those, so I won't go into too much detail. I'll leave those down below. For the Maybelline, I wear the shade 112, which is natural ivory, and then for the L'Oreal, I wear C2, which is also natural ivory. That's funny. They're the exact same name. I'm actually wearing the Maybelline today. I prefer the Maybelline for when I want to be more, obviously have a more matte finish, but I want it to be a little bit more natural, a little bit more comfortable. It does give really nice medium to full coverage, but if I want something that feels a little bit more like skin but still be matte, I'll go with the Maybelline. If I want something that is a lot more natural but still good coverage, I'll go with the L'Oreal True Match, just because that is going to be your more natural finish foundation. The third foundation that I have recently discovered in probably the latter half of the year, and only recently started using it by itself, because at first I was using this and I was mixing this with a lot of foundations, is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. I've only recently started using this by itself. I would describe it as more of a matte finish. So I'll use this more in my like T-zone area. I've recently, when I want to be full on, full coverage glam, I will use this by itself, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It lasts all day long. That's the thing that I love about all these 3 foundations, is that they last all freaking day long. For this one, I am in the shade 101, which is classic ivory, and this is the lightest shade that they carry. Also in the realm of foundation is a powder that I discovered, I want to say probably around October. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder. Now, I've always talked about the Maybelline Fit Me foundations powders, and how I have found them really comparable to the Makeup Forever powders, that I love the finish, that I love it for, you know, touching up throughout the day, things like that, and I've just found that it's a much cheaper alternative to the Makeup Forever ones. I recently discovered the matte and poreless one in about October-ish, and seriously has changed my life. I've already hit major pan, and I'm having a hell of a hard time finding this shade. I wear in the shade 110, which is Porcelain, and everywhere seems to be out of stock of it, which makes me really unhappy. But I love this for doing touch-ups throughout the day. It gives such more full coverage than the regular Fit Me powder foundation, and it makes you seriously look poreless. Like, it is phenomenal. I've used this all over the face. I use it just to do touch-ups throughout the day. I use it for under my eyes, anywhere. Honestly, it sets and makes your foundation look fantastic. So I love this for 2015. Seriously, gorgeous. For eyeshadows this year, these 2 palettes, seriously, anywhere I went, anywhere I had to travel, anywhere, when I went to San Antonio in the spring, when I went to Austin in the fall, when I went on any sort of weekend excursion, any little trip, I always took my Lorac Pro 1 and Pro 2 palettes. These shadows are phenomenal. They are so buttery smooth. They are so pigmented, and I'm close to pan, if not hitting pan already on both palettes, a couple of the shadows. The Lorac Pro 1 is more of the warm tone palette shade, and the Lorac Pro 2 is more of your cool tones. I think you need both of these in your life, because you can create endless amounts of looks. Like if you're going out at night, want a smoky eye, if you want a daytime neutral eye, if you want to add some color, if you want, you know, shimmer, matte, anything. These are absolutely awesome shadows. I cannot imagine traveling with anything else. These are always my go-to. They all both have a nice sized mirror. I adore these palettes so much. Seriously, I don't think I traveled with anything else this year. I think I only, I took these 2 palettes with me everywhere I went. Alright, and also from Lorac, because I initially got introduced to these through those palettes and purchased the full size, is the Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I love, 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 love this primer. I love it probably more than the Urban Decay primers just because it's a little bit more thin in consistency. Not that it's not good coverage, but it doesn't feel as heavy or as tacky on the lids, but it still binds to the shadows really, really well. It also has a nice kind of beige undertone, so any kind of veins, which I honestly don't experience a lot of problems with that, but sometimes if I have any kind of veiny lids, or if I just want to neutralize the lid but I'm not planning on really wearing any shadow or anything like this, like that, I will go in with this on top. I will go in with this still on my lids, and I love it. I think it's an amazing, amazing eye primer. So 2015 for pretty much everyone in the makeup community was the year of the highlight. Highlights were popping, highlights were coming out, highlights are still popping, and I'm going to talk about 2 shades that I discovered pretty mid. One of them was released mid 2015. The other one I probably got in September, October-ish. And there are other shades obviously that I've picked up and that I've fallen in love with, but it was so recently that I'm including them in my January favorites. So be looking for those. I think highlights are something that are gonna always be, at least for me, a staple in makeup. But these are just the 2 that I have fallen in love with pretty well into 2015. The first one is from the ever famous, ever fabulous Jaclyn Hill. It's the collaboration she did with Becca Cosmetics, and this is Champagne Pop. This blew up the highlight world. Honestly, it was absolutely everywhere, and I adore this shade. There's so many people who feel like they can't wear it if they're fair or if they're, light complexion. Honestly, I will rock this shade on a daily basis. I love this when I'm tan. I love this when I'm fair. I love mixing this with whiter highlights. I absolutely love this shade. I think it's so gorgeous. The formulation of Becca highlights is absolutely phenomenal. How buttery, smooth, and gorgeous they are. Seriously, there will be at least 1 shade in that range for you. They've released 2 more, Pearl and Rose Copper, and if you will find a shade that matches you in that highlight range. I promise you, it is so worth it. The other one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think these actually got released this year. These are the Illuminators, and my absolute favorite is in Starlight. It's the highlight I am wearing today, and this is just such a beautiful kind of champagne pearl with just a twinge of gold, but not too much. It's not as white as Pearl from Becca Cosmetics, but it's not as gold as Champagne Pop or So Hollywood or anything like that. I absolutely love it. I think those highlighters are so freaking amazing. So staying on cheek products, this is a cheek product that it took me forever to track down because it was always sold out, but every single beauty guru always talked about it, and it is the NARS blush in the shade Madly. Now when you look at it in the pan and when you swatch it, honestly, it's just a nude. It's just a nude. It's nothing super fantastic. It's nothing special. But on the cheeks, it is the prettiest color. And it is described on the website as a seashell pink, which I can kind of see that because it gets some sandy pink vibes. Honestly, I think this is beautiful. This is the perfect neutral. This is the perfect blush. I always, even if I take no other blush with me, I always take this blush because I no matter what look I'm wearing, I can rock this blush and it'll work with any look at all. So I absolutely adore this blush. I think it is perfect. It is so pretty. Get your hands on it if you can. It is worth the money. Now, this is something that I feel like I kind of stopped talking about halfway through the year, And I used it again today, and I was like, why did I stop talking about that, and why haven't I bought the full-size version of this again? It's the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. Makeup Forever came out with 10 skin equalizers, and everybody went crazy, including me. My absolute favorite is the number 1, which is the mattifying primer. Actually, this is the travel size version that I stole from my mom because I had the full size version. I ran out. I didn't repurchase it. I've been using a drugstore one, but the drugstore one has just been so overly drying, especially in my kind of T-zone area. It's been giving me these weird dry patches, and I used this today and I was like, why haven't I bought you again? You are absolutely unbelievably great. There is a primer for every single one of your needs, whether you are oily skin, whether you need hydration, whether you need color correction, redness correction, anything like that, they will have a primer to suit your needs. I will also say this because a lot of people don't realize this, the Makeup Forever primers are water-based, so you don't need to worry about any silicone or any, dimethicone, anything like that that can aggravate the skin or gives you that weird, like the Smashbox, that weird kind of, that feeling. It's just so weird. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. But I am so in love with you. I forgot about you, and I'm sorry. Honestly, never using a different primer again. Like, this is the bomb.com. So I have 2 different palettes which are essentially the same thing. I'm talking about both of them. This one I think is my absolute all-time favorite. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. If you want to see how this is my favorite, I hit pan on the highlight shade and I'm hitting pan on the bronzing shade. This beige highlight rocked my world. It was the perfect under eye beige highlight for someone like me who the banana powder, it just comes across as looking way too yellow, way too like, this beige highlight was life. I love the bronzing shades because to me this is like the epitome of a bronzer while these two are contour shades. And it's so hard because a lot of times they'll either all be orange and bronzy or they'll all be gray and contouring. And I want to have one that is at least a little bit on the warmer side to bronze with. And this is the perfect shade for that. And I absolutely love the 2 contour shades. A lot of people stray away from this shade, but I think it's perfect. I absolutely love it. I love this palette. I adore this palette. This palette, I need to get a new one, or she needs to come up with this refillable shades because I need this in my life. The next palette is one that came out in about July. I actually did a full-on review and tutorial using this palette. It's the Lorac Pro Contour Palette. What I love most about the palette is the fact that it comes with a shimmery highlight. So many palettes don't come with that. They just come with like the 3 under eye setting highlights. The contour shades in this are beautiful. The highlight shades in this are beautiful. This is a really beautiful palette. It's really travel friendly just because of the size and because you also get the shimmer highlight in there that you got everything wham bam, one palette, done and done. Awesome. All right, this next product is from a palette and it's specifically one shade from the palette. Now this was a palette that honestly I am so happy I got because I don't know how I did makeup without it. It's the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. I am talking so fast because I'm so excited and I'm like not speaking anymore. I'm just slurring my words. This was a limited edition holiday palette, so if you weren't able to get your hands on it, I'm sorry, but I want to petition Kat Von D to specifically make one shade in this thing. Actually, I think she should make all the shades, but one shade in particular I need as a permanent individual shadow, and that is Skulls. This has been my inner corner highlight. I don't know if you can see that. It is the absolute perfect highlighting powder. I use this under the brows and in my inner corner today. I've been using it under my brows and in the inner corner since I got this palette. Like honestly, I have never been so blown away by a single shadow. This palette obviously is phenomenal and I'm not going to go into too much detail because it is no longer available, but seriously, Kat Von D, you need to come out with more shadows. Like seriously, just take the colors from this and make them individual shadows, because I have never experienced a palette, much less a holiday palette, with this size where every single shadow, I was just like, everything else like in this palette is so beautiful and so pigmented and so rich. Ugh, but I need skulls. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I hit pan on skulls. Like, that's gonna be a sad moment when I hit pan on skulls, because that is absolutely favorite highlighting powder. All right, so my next thing are lashes, specifically the Vegas Nay and Eyler collaboration. These lashes are so good. Like, for drugstore, like, hello. Grand Glamour from the set is, sorry, I'm like shifting around because my legs hurt. Grand Glamour to me is the absolute most gorgeous, dramatic, full mink-like lash that is on the market at a drugstore. My next favorite is Shining Star, which is a little bit more wispy. It still has kind of that double mink layer up effect, but it is a lot more wispy. Grand Glamour is like full wham bam in your face, thank you ma'am. Like, this seriously was the best collaboration that was ever possible, because these lashes, ladies and gentlemen, like, I own like 5 of these and like 4 of these because I'm that addicted to them. That's a problem. All right, so something else I also discovered in very early 2015, and I feel like I didn't talk about it a ton, but it's something that has quickly become a staple, and I'm gonna have to repurchase it soon because I'm almost out. It is the MAC Fix Plus. Obviously, everybody and their mother knows what Fix Plus does. Everybody and their mother uses it. I have been using this pretty much solely for the fact that I will take my highlighting fan brush or my highlighting powder brush, whatever I'm using to highlight, spray this, douse my highlight, and how beaming it makes a highlight is phenomenal. I've also been using this to adhere more metallic loose shadows to the lid as well. It's, you know, it's Fix Plus. You need it in your life. All right, so getting down to the final categories of lips, which I didn't intend it to be that way. That's just how it turned out. This is my all-time absolute favorite liner, and I'm gonna need to buy a new one because I'm almost out. This is from NYX Cosmetics. This is in the shade Natural. This, oh, I need to sharpen it. It's getting worn down to the nub. This, honestly, like, just let it speak for itself. Like, obviously, it's just like a neutral, natural, brownie, nude, whatever, but it is the perfect liner for any natural nude lip I'm doing. Doesn't matter if it's a pinky nude, a peachy nude, a brownie nude, a grayish nude, whatever nude, I line with this bad boy and it always looks so, excuse me, it always looks so good. I love the NYX liners. These are the wooden liners, which some people don't care for the wooden liners. To me, these are like a pretty dang close dupe to the MAC wooden liners, but just a lot less expensive. I think these sometimes at Ulta, I get them on sale for like $2. I have like 10 of these in different shades, but I need this one. I need another shade of this one. So I love that lip liner. I think it is perfection. So my second lip product that I absolutely fell in love with probably around October-ish, and I want to buy all of the shades. I currently own just 2. They are the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip glosses. I have the shades Dainty and Undressed. Dainty is like a pinky, cakey nude. I don't know how to describe it. It's pink. It has kind of like a peach to it. It's like a pinky peach. And Undressed is more of a caramel peachy nude. First off, they smell so, so, so good. This one is Undressed and this one is Dainty. This is Dainty? No, this is Undressed. That's Dainty. They look so weird from way back there. But I absolutely love these lip glosses. I love the smell of them. Some people aren't crazy about it. It's kind of that cupcake vanilla smell. I like that in a lip gloss. I think it smells fantastic. But how pigmented and glossy these stay, it's just like yes. Like they stay so, 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 so pigmented, but still have that super glossy look. want to eat it. I love it. And my final and last category of things that I discovered and fell in love with for 2015 are liquid lipsticks. Liquid lipsticks have been and are still taking the world by storm. So many brands are coming out with liquid lipsticks. So many brands are coming out with so many versions of liquid lipsticks. It's insane. I'm going to talk about 3 different brands. The first brand, and probably my favorite brand, are the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. I wanted to show 2 of my favorite shades, but I cannot find my second favorite shade of this. This one is Lolita, which, you know, everybody knows about Lolita. Like, Lolita is a staple. Like, if you don't have Lolita in your life, then, like, what are you doing? Like, everybody needs Lolita. My second favorite shade is Outlaw, which is like a brighter red. I cannot find it. It's giving me anxiety because $20, man. Where is that shade? But I absolutely love the formulation. I own like 6 of these bad boys. I absolutely love the formulation. They're so pigmented and so long lasting on the lips. My second favorite, well, not that, yeah, I would call these my second favorite. These are the NYX Liquid Suede lipsticks. I also own like 6 of these. My top 2 favorite shades are Cherry Skies and Soft Spoken. Soft Spoken honestly could be a dupe for Lolita. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more mauve-y, but not much. This is Soft Spoken, and then Cherry Skies is just like a deep, like berry red. I absolutely love that shade for the fall. I mean, I love fall shades year round anyways, but I absolutely adore those shades. I think they are so good. These are a lot more, probably the most comfortable liquid lipsticks, I would say, just because they never fully dry matte. They still maintain like kind of I would say like suede, like a velvet kind of lip texture to them. So when you kind of like this, I'm wearing a ColourPop, and so when I go, it's completely matte, dried down. But if I do it with a NYX liquid suede one, it still is a little bit tacky. I will say it means they don't last as long on the lips. But I think there are lots of colors. I think they have 12. I really want them to come out with more. And my last, and I will have this as last just because it's probably my most newly discovered one, and it is the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. My all-time favorite shade, and probably my favorite shade in any liquid lipstick, is in Pure Hollywood. It is like it was made for me. It's just like the perfect, it's right there. It's just like the perfect pink peach nude. Like, I can wear this and like it doesn't make me look super washed out. It's not like overly pink or overly peach. It doesn't turn gray on me. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. I love the formulation of these. These are also really comfortable, and I would say that these, I don't think these fully dry to at least a complete matte. They are a little bit more matte, but they just have a little bit of tackiness, a little bit. I have only 2 other shades, which are like kind of just more fun, bright shades. So I definitely want to get more to try them out, but they're always sold out. Why, like, obviously, why are they always sold out? But they're always sold out. So anyways, that was it. That was everything. That was a lot. And I've been talking for a really long time. I can only imagine how long this video is going to be. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, give this video a thumbs up to see more. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest at Hopeful Forever. I'll leave the links down below. Let me know what you loved in 2015. What was your absolute, like, top thing you discovered and, oh, the lighting decided to change? Let me know what you love for 2015, what I should be checking out, and what are you looking forward to the most for 2016. I mean, 2015, honestly, for me, it was such a busy year. It was such a hectic year, and it was such, you know, it wasn't at all what I expected. I think especially because so much changed, like so much happened during the year, and it was all undone in like the last month. Like, you know, I moved, I became single, like just all these things, you know, I finished school, at least my community college school. I got to do so many things and experience so many opportunities, which were amazing. But yeah, there was also some really, really hard points in there. So I think what I'm looking forward to most in 2016 is kind of being clean from all of that and kind of just starting, you know, essentially fresh and kind of, you know, making this the year that I make me happy, which I think is so incredibly important. I think always, you know, you gotta be happy. You just gotta, because otherwise life sucks. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video.